busy man.
And you know what else? Just a pleasure to be around.
You are.
Just
You
a real
are.
sweetheart and easy to get to know.
Well, here's the
And
thing.
if you have any questions for Gary Anthony Williams, make sure to give us a call at 323-473-3100.
Yes. Well, Gary and I met, it was like maybe a 5 or 10 minute conversation, and this was eons ago. Like, I
Right.
can't even tell you
Which
the
is
year.
also the same amount of time it takes me to make love, by the way. Just
Okay,
so
good to
there
know.
are any ladies out there.
But the thing was, we met at the time we had the same agent, and I just remember it was right before your Boston legal stuff really took off, and you were so excited and so thankful and really like
Yeah.
appreciative, but you were still ready to kind of conquer it. You were just like, this is not going to be the only thing I'm ever going to do. No, this is just the beginning of the big journey. So
Yeah.
I was like, and so I followed that journey. I've been
Yeah.
watching. I said, hey.
Well, still every day, man. You know, I don't know. Some people do something out here and then you make it like, I made it, you know, and then they sit back on a very plush couch.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, every day I'm driving around the town looking for work, making work, having fun. But the second it stops being fun to me, I'm going to quit.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice for
It's
anyone
so-
tuning in.
So hard to believe Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks.
That is correct. That's
It
not
still
correct.
has to, yeah.
That I still have to drive around
That
town.
you still have to audition and
Oh my gosh.
pound the pavement.
Yeah,
That's-
every day.
Yeah.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day, man.
That's what you got to do.
But I'm so loaded. Thank God it pays off.
Well, that's good to know.
I heard that the other show with the super knocked up guys, you were asking them what would they, tell people? Stay loaded.
Yeah.
Stay rich.
Yeah.
Because nothing feels as good as it feels to be as rich as I am. Guys. I'm going to be honest with you.
So you're wasting your time driving around.
I'm just
you don't even need to do it.
I didn't finish. When I drive around, I leave hunks of money around the city for others. I hide them like Easter eggs. Yeah,
Ooh.
it's for other people. It's all for the others.
You can
That's
make it like
nice.
a Twitter game, And if they want to follow you on Twitter, it's
if
Gary
they want
A.
to follow
Williams.
me personally, it's
Yes.
at Gary A. Williams.
At
Yeah.
Gary A. Williams. And then, well, right now you've been focused. I've been seeing a lot of posts about the LA Comedy Shorts Festival.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
LA Comedy Shorts started by me, my writing and comedy partner, Jeannie Roshar, our husband, Ryan, and our friend, Kelly. It's the largest short comedy film festival in the world. Literally in the world. We don't know about the universe because there's still a lot of space exploration that has to be done.
This is true.
But our focus is to set filmmakers and writers up with the industry, introduce them to new people. Funny or Die, Break Media have been our sponsors in the past. The Onion has been our sponsors in the past. And so we get these people meetings, the winners, and even people who aren't winners, who are just really good, get them meetings with people in the industry to help them get their career going.
Excellent. Because
That's
I
our
know
job.
short films are definitely that calling card for a lot of
Yeah.
new directors and producers
And
and
now-
even the talent.
And now it's become even more than a calling card. Sometimes it's a thing unto itself now, which, when those guys were talking about web series, I mean, I can't tell you how many people have gotten jobs from a web series, or have sold scripts to TV production companies from their web series alone. So it's become even more than a calling card. It's a great place to be right now, making your own stuff.
And what made you say, well, I want to support these people and make a whole festival? Because that's a lot to take
Yeah.
on when you're driving all around town being awesome.
Because that's the one thing I do that doesn't make me money. Jeannie and I wrote a short comedy years ago. It was playing a bunch of festivals, and we were at these terrific festivals. We were down in San Diego, and it was a fantastic festival. Still one of my favorites. And we were there, and it was in this block with all of these really dramatic films. And in every other film, someone died.
Oh,
for
yeah.
real. Great films, but in every one there was death. There was a war. There was an abortion. Someone died in space. It was like, holy crap. Why isn't there just a short comedy film festival? And we looked around. At that time, there was not a single one. Like, we'll do it. We'll start it really small. We tried to start it small, but the first year, it got very large the first year.
So I thought you were just involved in it. I didn't know that you were the creator of
Yeah.
the LA Show. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I have to make things happen.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, things will happen to me. I don't think that means anything, Brad. So I tried to say something real philosophical, and
No,
Turns
but
out
you've
just
given a
bunch
lot
crap.
of you've given a lot of great opportunities to young filmmakers. I think that's
Hey
great.
man, that's honestly like if I can help somebody get a break, get going, somebody who's good, like that just helps the industry. I got to pay it forward, right?
And
Yeah.
I think sometimes comedy is not given the
Absolutely.
credit that it should be given. You know, when it comes to awards season or you know, people like, oh, it's so easy to
Yeah.
just pull it together. It's not, especially if you own it's with a short.
Yeah.
You have to make it funny within what's your time limit? 15 minutes?
Well, no, with us, you can go up to 30 minutes, and it can be a short. We've had films under a minute long, you know. So we've had an under a minute film win one of the big prizes there. So yeah, you got to tell a good, succinct story in a very short amount of time, and people don't always respect comedy, it's short or long form comedy.
Right.
People will go to the theaters and laugh at it, but when it comes award season, very few of those people are getting handed awards for doing great work.
Yeah.
They think of it as lesser than.
Well, this is, I think, you know, with the Shorts Festival, that's a way for them to really get up the applause they deserve.
Yeah.
So
It's not only get the applause. I mean, there's nothing like the feeling of sitting in a theater full of people, listening to everybody laugh at what you worked so hard on.
Yeah.
But then knowing that we make sure that there are people around there who can come up to you after and go, "Great job! Can you come to my office on Wednesday and let's talk about this?" That's what we're there for,
Fantastic.
and to get laid.
yeah, that works too.
Clearly,
Yeah.
goes
And
without saying.
What are the
trying to
dates
get a lot
of,
sex. Well, you know what? I'm gonna look at my. By the way, I don't know if you guys know Apple, but they make an iPad.
Oh, this is very interesting.
This is all brand new stuff,
So
guys.
great.
Cutting edge.
It's good
I mean,
times.
you know, our dates right now are going to be May 8th through the 11th. It's a four-day festival, but we might change those dates. So it's
Okay.
on or around May 8th through the 11th. So
And
this-
submissions are open now,
right now. So you can go
Great.
to lacomedyshorts.com for submissions. You can also go to Without a Box for submissions. But go to LA Comedy Shorts.
Great.
That's the easiest way to do it for us.
Cool.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the black version?
The black version, by the way, just so you know, we're featured in Rolling Stone magazine this month. The one that Miley Cyrus is on the cover, licking her shoulder.
yeah.
She licks everything, Miley.
She does. It's really strange.
But in this one, she's licking her shoulder.
It sounds like he's speaking from experience.
Well, I have been around. I will tell you what. I'm on her list of top 20 things that I like to lick. So on that,
I heard that.
yeah. In this month's, it features the black version, which is an all-black improv troupe. To put names out there is Jordan Black, who used to write for SNL, Daniel Gaither, who was on Mad TV, Phil Lamar from Mad TV, Pulp Fiction, all kinds of crap, Cedric Yarbrough from Reno 911, and me, and Karen Moriyama, who's Japanese. And we do this show every week, sometimes with special guests, Key and Peele and Wayne Brady and Naima Funk and Misty Monroe. But it's an all-black improv comedy troupe. The audience gives us a typically white movie, and then we improvise the black version of that movie.
That's hilarious.
And so Rolling Stone came out, and they put us in their hot picks. For
Nice.
the month. Yeah.
what are
We're
some of
pretty
your
big
favorite?
deals.
You know, your big deals. What are some of your favorite black versions you've done of?
Well, it's
of
great.
films?
Like we do them every 2 weeks. We've been doing them the second and fourth Monday for like past 3 years. And so I've done so many of
Yeah.
them. Like I would name one, and then the next week, the next one is my favorite. You know, but like we did Silence of the Lambs, and the audience also names the movies, and that one was called Why You Eating People. We did Jaws, but it was called Catfish, which was this big killer catfish down in New Orleans. It's great, man. I mean, it really is great. It's safe for whites and blacks and 2 Mexicans.
Finally, something.
Finally, something
Yeah.
safe for whites and blacks together.
That sounds awesome.
It's really fun. If you don't have a good time, you can punch Cedric Yarbrough in the throat after the show. And that's my Cedric Yarbrough throat punch guarantee.
Nice.
Yeah.
we like to
I
have
like
a
Cedric.
guarantee with every show that we have. There, you know.
If
Yeah.
you think you like Cedric, you'll like punching him in the throat even more.
I
But you won't get
I
that.
don't know if I'd like that. So
You won't
much,
get that
'cause
opportunity.
He might. Yeah.
He's a pretty big dude.
Yeah, he's a
and he's
big
from the
dude.
islands, so he probably has knives. You know what I mean?
Right. You got to be careful around
Yeah.
Cedric. He's way better than
Those-
Cedric
those-
the Entertainer.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I like Mr. Cedric the Entertainer. I'm a big fan of yours. Brett has said some rude things about you this morning, and I just want to apologize for him.
No. I
Him
just
as well as
prefer
this
one
entire-
Cedric over the others.
Well, here's the lucky thing: spell the same, but one's a Cedric.
That's right, Cedric.
and the other is a Cedric.
Yeah.
Now, which one is trying to be fancier than the other? That's up to America to decide.
Yes.
I think Cedric is trying to be fancier. Cedric Yarbrough. Come on, man.
Why you gotta have a long E?
Why you got to do that? Why you got to do that? Be a short E like the others.
Who knows?
I really hope Cedric is listening right now. Yeah.
I've paid him not to.
No, okay. No, who wouldn't?
Chances of him listening to anything I ever do, even when I talk to him in person, man, he doesn't listen to me. I call him. He mutes his phone when I talk, and then it says, "Hey, is it time for me to say something?" He's not going to listen.
You got to make a DVD of this episode and hand it to him for his birthday or something. Make sure he listens to it. Cool.
No, when you, I wanted to ask you about the animation projects
Yeah.
that you work on. Because in addition to Uncle Ruckus on Boondocks, you also are on one of my son's favorites, Special Agent Oso
Yeah.
and Doc McStuffins.
And then they have a new one coming out called Sheriff Callie. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I think it's called Sheriff Callie right now.
Very cool.
So yeah, I get to use the N word a lot, and then I get to go talk to kids.
There you
know,
go.
From there are many days when I would drive from the Boondocks just cussing as that character, and then I drive over there, and it's very friendly talk to children. It's a great life when you can use your throat to make money. You know what I mean? It's such a wait a minute. Hey, no.
Quotes.
No.
We're freezing that soundbite and playing it over and over again.
No, it's
Yes.
it's so fun, man. Nothing's funner than doing what you want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
If you want to be a bricklayer and you get out and lay some bricks, or if you want to be able to just walk into a room and make voices with people you really like, what's better than that? Nothing,
Nothing.
as far as I know.
I love something you posted, that photo of what they had from your script.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And this is something too, when you work with the same people over and over again, and they
Yeah.
start to really trust your instincts
Yeah.
and your talent, and it just said, do something funny.
Yeah, it's like
Literally.
ad lib something funny.
Ad
here.
lib something funny. They left it to him completely. They're
They-
like, he can do this. Just ad lib something funny.
The guy who created the Boondocks, Aaron Magruder, he's the guy who used to draw all the comic strips and write the comic strips, and he created the cartoon. He, from day one, there was the first script we ever had, the pilot, had a song in it. Don't trust them new N-words over there. And that my character, who's this horrible racist on the show, was supposed to sing, and it's like, we'll write a song, and I'm an improv guy, so I improv'd the song in the room, and he goes, all right, that's what we're going to do. So then they just put music behind it, and since that day, anybody who wants to improv on that show, he writes amazing stuff, and he goes, but if you want to improv something, go ahead and improv it. And it's like wide open there. They
that's-
never said, don't improv that. No, read that line as is, ever, 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 ever.
That's great to have that freedom, that
Yeah.
artistic freedom to do what you want.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I make sure that all my jobs, that I have that freedom. No, I don't. No. I would get fired. If you tried to improv on Boston Legal, then Shatner would tackle you. William Shatner would tackle you.
I don't doubt it.
And he would warn you. He goes, I'm about to tackle you because you improved, and here it comes. So we give you the 3 steps, and then you
All
got to
right.
take it.
Yeah, you worked with
Yeah.
Shatner and Spader on that.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean, come on.
Yeah, kind of classic dudes. They were great.
Really?
And people always want me to tell some like nasty story about, what was Shatner like? I bet it's like, no, he showed up every day knowing his lines, friendly, happy, and they would just let you bring guests down there to set. He was always like cordial to them. Great dude.
I don't know how he got this reputation for being tough to work with. I've heard nothing but good stories about him.
I've heard weird stories from other people, but I haven't heard those from people who worked directly with him.
Yeah.
He was always great, man. I never had a problem with him. He was always great.
Yeah. Somebody caught him on a bad day
Yeah.
and rumors spread. But yeah, he
Yeah.
seems like a real nice guy.
Yeah. I'm sure there's probably somebody out there who can literally go, he punched my baby. I'm sure he's done his share of baby punching.
Sure.
He's
I mean,
got
who
very
hasn't?
broad hands, but he probably punches them softly and in places where it doesn't really hurt the baby.
Right.
That's my guess.
They're still like in the throat.
Not
with
not
Cedric.
not a
No,
Cedric Yarbrough throat punch.
No.
It's far from that.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Very cool. If you have any questions about throat punching, make sure to give us a call at 323-473-3100 and also talk to Gary Anthony Williams as well.
It's one of the things I do better, throat punching. A lot of people say, what would you do if you weren't in this business? I'd be a throat punchologist. That's what I would do. I'd go around the cities.
That's a medical term.
That's a medical term.
Right.
As a medical doctor of medicine, I assure you it is. I would go around the cities and just teach the youth how to punch in the throat. Not in anger, but in love and friendship.
Now I gotta ask, like, Gary, are you from LA or where did you?
I grew up in Georgia, in
Okay.
Fayetteville, Georgia, a tiny little town south of Atlanta. It wasn't a farm, but we had enough land that my dad had a huge garden, and we raised and slaughtered hogs and stuff like that, and that's why I'm a vegan.
Are you a vegan?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
probably
really?
the fattest vegan in LA. as far as I, except the cows that wander around. They're vegans too, I guess.
You eat
Yeah.
a lot of rice, like a lot of carbs.
I
That's
used
what it
to,
is.
but now I stopped eating carbs.
Yeah.
Wait,
stopped. I've
you're
almost
a vegan
stopped.
that doesn't eat carbs.
I've almost stopped. I mean, I have to eat a little because I have discovered this, and this you can quote. Carbs are the things that keep us from beating our children. I am a firm believer in
Makes
that.
sense.
Because when I get hungry, I get mad, I want to hit something, and kids are slow, so they're the fastest ones to get to. Fat people, I have been told, don't really beat children. It's the skinny, hungry women that hit their kids. Skinny, hungry people because of the lack of carbs. Save a child, eat a donut. That's what that's going to be my new campaign slogan when I run for something.
I am learning so much from you.
As soon as
today.
I find an office to run
Amazing.
for, it's going to be save a child, eat a donut.
Hey, Gary.
Hey,
LA Comedy Shorts with an S or with a T?
LAComedyShorts.com. Yeah.
Theblackversion.com.
Theblackversion.com. And here's another cool thing. From theblackversion.com, we met Shadow Stevens.
Yeah.
He's a radio legend.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe one of the nicest dudes you could ever afford to meet. You have to pay to meet him, but you could ever afford to meet. But he started producing a podcast of it, which is Blackout Television. And if you have an iDevice or an Android device, and Android, by the way, is like an iPhone, but it's really big and heavy and clunky. If you have any of those, I hope you.
I have an
Android's
Android.
not.
Oh, yeah,
Are they
it's
a
heavy and
sponsor?
clunky.
Are they a sponsor?
No.
You.
No.
Android make great weapons if you're being attacked. But you can download a free Blackout Television app. Just go to wherever you do it for Android. I assume it's a cave. Or go to the iTunes store, the App Store, and you can download a free Blackout Television app and listen to all the episodes. It's an all improv, the same black cast from the black version doing the show.
And the black version is at the Groundlings
The
Theater.
black version's at the Groundlings.
The first and third Monday.
The second and fourth.
Second and fourth Mondays.
Right.
Each month.
Right. On the first and third, there's a Klan improv group, a Ku Klux Klan group. But I got to admit, they're the funniest racists I've ever seen. Just
more
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
Shadow Stevens isn't involved with that.
He's not. No.
Okay.
Shadow is down with the Brown. So he's
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And doesn't he spell it like SHADOE?
O-E.
Yeah.
Shadow.
Yeah,
Weird.
it's
Shadow.
like Shadow.
Shadow is cool and great.
Is he a
And that's-
Scientologist? Am I wrong about that?
I don't know.
He might be.
Huh.
But all of my friends are Scientologists. Shouldn't yours be? See what I do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I
Scientology
found.
just got a plug on La La Land.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
said
man.
that would never happen.
We've plugged Scientology. We have plugged heroin use
Oh, man. We're
and
on a
hitting
roll.
children.
Love it.
Hitting children. So this really is your one-stop radio.
It is. You can get all your information here. All your tips for the biz.
We don't just interview, we teach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're an educational program.
I will be honest and say I, as an African American, and more importantly, as a man who had his feet replaced when he was a child, I didn't. I lied. I don't have a problem with science. I'm not a Scientologist. I don't have a problem with Scientologists.
I have a problem with Scientology, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's why you and I are different.
Well, yeah. Do some internet research. It's crazy.
But I know Scientologists, so why would I inner search when I can inner search? Whoa, internet research, inner search.
Nice, good word.
We just
New
invented
word.
that.
I like it.
New word.
Why would I inner search?
Call Webster's.
Call Webster, but call Emmanuel Lewis. Call that Webster and let him know what we've discovered. Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Love manual.
Why would I research about them when I can just go and talk to them and go, hey, is this real or is this false? Is this false or is this real? And what's the real deal with that? And they tell me.
Because that requires eye contact and conversation. With the internet, you can stay in your house.
Oh, that
You
is
don't
true.
have
You
to-
can hide behind your fake facts
Right.
in the house.
Right.
Guys, go out and make a friend with a Scientologist today. It'll be the best friend you've ever done. See what I've done? I've bridged everyone.
Everyone together. Friendship.
Oh, I keep bridging gaps.
It's all about
Love it.
friendship.
Yeah, I keep filling holes and bridging gaps. That's what I do.
That's another soundbite. That's like our 8th one of the day. Filling holes and bridging gaps. Love it.
Oh my god.
I do recommend people submit to the LA Comedy Shorts Film Festival.
Yes.
Because have you ever been? Have you either of you ever
I
been?
have not been able to go, but we will go in May. You can come back and tell us.
There's fantastic panels every day.
Yeah.
Followed by blocks of films and then parties every night. It's great.
That's a great weekend.
No,
And
it's great. LA Comedy Shorts. Don't be fooled by other film festivals with similar names who do similar stuff, because this is the orig.
All
And it's
right.
the best. If it's not the best, once again, bam, C.G. Yarbrough.
yes. And do you guys have a location yet set, or are you
Uh,
working on that?
For this is our 6th year, and it's been at the Downtown Independent every year so
Excellent.
far. So unless things change, should be there this year.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But submit right now.
Submit now. Submit
Any
now.
kind of funny scripts. The scripts don't have to be short. It can be features, it can be pilots and specs as well as shorts. But the films, all shorts.
You guys gave a couple of words to a web series that I worked on.
Which one was that?
Guides web series.
Guides.
But the aliens that come and they're like guiding people, right? Yeah, that's
Not
cool.
LA
Yeah.
Comedy Shorts. I would remember it so vividly.
Maybe L.A. Shorts.
It could have been
LA
one of
Shorts
those evil
is-
ones.
Is a different one.
Is
Where
that
was
the
it?
one?
LA. Here in LA.
Not in downtown.
Oh, I don't know the
Okay.
location.
Yeah, that sounds like the evil one probably.
Oh,
if there
okay.
is one. I don't know if there's an evil one. But if there is an evil one, I bet you got one from the evil. Because I remember every film ever that we've been. And I don't remember a lot of stuff. I kind of remember what my wife looks like.
I was about to say.
Kinda.
Do you-
Kinda.
kinda.
I know she's white.
Well, you don't see her much with all the work you're doing.
I
you know?
see her, but I don't look at her.
Right.
Because
that
I'm
requires
very
eye contact too.
It requires eye contact, and I don't have time. I don't have time for eye contact.
Clearly.
And I know my son's hair is fairly fluffy. So if I like for 6 times now, I've taken the wrong child home from school
Right.
because I just do this, and if I feel the fluff, I walk that kid home from school. So yeah, I don't have a lot of time for eye contact.
Right.
No.
So, and once again, if you want to make it in the business, don't make eye contact. I mean, I'm really trying to help.
But do go to lacomedysshorts.com and do go to theblackversion.com.
Yes.
Those are
Yes.
good places to go.
Yeah. And follow us on Twitter at LA Comedy Shorts, at The Black Version, at Blackout something.
I think it was Blackout TV. Did I
Let me
it?
see. I don't want to lie. I don't want Brett to get in trouble again.
Yeah.
No,
just
on
tell
Twitter, that's
jokes while we.
on Twitter, that's at Blackout Theater.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And you can follow me at Gary A. Williams. I have such important things to
You have a
say.
lot,
Such
man.
easy ways to get
Very
in touch with
important.
you.
Nobody's going to do any of what I just asked them, Brett. Nobody's going to do any of.
Well-
Dorothy, I begged them, and none of them are going to do any
With
of that.
250,000 listeners per episode, right, Van Eric? Yeah, somebody's gonna do it.
yeah.
I thought
You know?
it was over 300,000.
Oh, is it over 300?
Maybe I just killed 50,000 of them off. Did I just get rid of 50,000 of your list? Hey, yeah, they don't deserve to listen to this show. Screw y'all, 50,000.
Right.
And that's from Brett and Dorothy. They said screw y'all. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where to end the show at this point. Thank you
May I do
so
a plug?
much.
May I do a plug for you? And
Oh, you
make
can do
sure
whatever you
everybody goes to see you down at that show
The El
With that
Portal.
place.
with that
Portal.
plant
Oh, the Little Shop of Horrors.
Now,
You know who's coming tonight?
He's
Is
Seymour.
Van Erich, engineer Van Erich.
Oh, really?
And co-owner Van Erich is coming tonight. I think.
Well, you never gave me the address, so I can.
I said it's on the flyer.
Oh, that's right there.
Hey, man, was that you rapping in the last thing?
No, that was EMPD, I believe.
Yeah, that was you. That's what I thought.
I've been had it. I've been seeing yes.
Hey, can I ask you one question? What do you do?
Yes.
You said you come in like in the second act or something.
Oh, for the other show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other show,
I
yeah.
come in the third act.
So what are you doing before that? Or are you just sitting there drinking? What are you doing?
I don't know because we haven't had our first performance
Oh.
yet. Maybe I'll be sitting there drinking. Who knows?
You got to find something to do.
I know.
Like
Well,
maybe you
my
can
th-
get a part-time job at Papa John's. You can make pizza up until they're like, oh,
Yeah.
time to go do my show. You know what I mean?
I can just show up at like 9:30 and leave by 10.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that's a good job.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Good.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, man, I had a
Gary.
good time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here with me and
No
for
problem.
me. Yeah.
Problem.
We're here with you and for you.
Gary Anthony Williams, LAComedyShorts.com, TheBlackVersion.com, at Gary A. Williams on Twitter. And yeah.
Yeah, that's
Thank
good
you.
stuff. Thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you. We're very excited to have you here. And that was a great episode. I've had so much fun today.
Oh, I have two.
Yeah.
I have two.
Now we get
I
to go
wasn't
to
sure
a
what to make
birthday
of Gary
party.
at first, but you know,
He
we
did.
get along now.
He gave
so
me a lot of the side eye.
I
thought,
know.
who's this
I
guy? Is he trying to take my show?
What's going on?
Why is he fiddling with my Dorothy? Because I did a lot of fiddling with her
It's
when you
true.
walked in.
I won't tell her husband.
He ain't gonna watch this.
Oh, he doesn't know. Yeah.
He's like CJ, he ain't watching.
Does Travis watch these episodes? I'm
He
curious.
does.
He does?
He does.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
good. Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Travis, in that case.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Trouble.
By fiddling, I meant I merely caressed her
On the shoulder.
on the shoulder,
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
which was on her thigh at the time.
Oh my god.
Do I ask what she was doing with her shoulder on her thigh?
Don't worry
or
about that,
I'll
man.
just leave
There's
it
a
alone?
lot.
Okay.
There's a lot of Bikram yoga you should not know about.
I got you. I don't know if I want to know. Okay, next week. Moving on
Yes.
from Dorothy's thigh.
From my thigh. Moving on from my thigh.
Hey, Dorothy, tell us
Hey.
about Sidekick the movie and Rob Benedict.
Yeah, well, this my friend Rob Benedict from Northwestern. He has a great resume of guest stars and co-starring everything, and he is the producer for Sidekick the movie, which kind of going with our theme of superheroes. It's all about the sidekicks of the big superheroes and the adventures they get into. So that's coming out really soon.
They don't talk about the front kicks that they do?
Not the front kicks, just the side kicks. The back kicks, that's an advanced move, but they're all the
Right.
side kicks.
Nice. So like Tonto and from the Lone Ranger, he would qualify.
Right, and you can find them on Facebook at Sidekick the Movie.
Very cool. You know who else is coming back?
Who?
Kimberly Demry, who we came in and talked with us with Brian Robert Harris about Noises Off.
Yes.
She has a supernatural web series that she does. It's like an interview talk show with two other girls about ghost hunting. And she's going to come in and tell us all about that. Do you believe in ghosts, Dorothy?
To a degree, yes.
Okay.
I don't know any.
Maybe-
I grew up in kind of I grew up in a haunted house, so
Oh,
but-
you're used to it, yeah.
so it doesn't. It's not like that super to me. It's just kind of like it's that thing that is in my house that I grew up in.
Oh,
Is that?
yeah, I guess.
I'm not that impressed.
Wow.
When you, I grew up around ghosts.
Make
Like,
sure
I'm
you
not
tell
impressed.
Kimberly that when she comes in. I'm not
I will.
impressed by you, by the way, just so you
Well,
know.
no, I mean, yeah.
No, I follow you. So she's going to come in with her two co-hosts and
Great.
talk all about
It would
that.
be just
Can't
like
wait.
if you married a black dude and some people are like, oh, that's exotic. You're like, I'm not
Yeah,
that
it's
impressed. I
whatever.
married him.
No, it's all
I
right.
grew up there. He's in my house.
It's like whatever. I come home and he's there.
How dare you? That's racist. One of the most racist shows I've ever been on.
It's the racism flows freely here.
All the time.
You know, I don't know. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/LaLaLandTalk, twitter.com/LaLaLandTalk. You can send us an email at lalalandtalk@gmail.com. And, you know,
Go see Bread in the Bel Air starting in November 14th.
yes, November 14th. Go
I'm
see me in
good.
Little Shop tonight. Last performance if you get a
Last
chance.
one.
Kentwoodplayers.org. Front page on that, right?
Right.
Right. Until next week. That's Dorothy Dillingham Blue.
That's Brett Chapin.
This is La La Land on LA Talk Live. Where's my camera? There it is. And
It's
we'll,
right-
and we'll see you at the top.